Hey guys, server back here. Hey guys, server back here.
Hey guys, Server back here, and today I'm reviewing XDefiant. It is a first-person shooter by Ubisoft that came out pretty recently for basically every system. I'm sure you've heard of it if you're into this genre. I'm going to go over the same 5 categories I always do: graphics, performance, gameplay/story, replayability, fun factor, and then give each category a score from 1 to 10, average them up, and then talk about the game a little bit. So I am getting more and more just like separated from current first-person shooters for a lot of different reasons, but most of them are or a lot of them are hero-based shooters. I'm not really into that. I don't like bigger squads of 5. I prefer 4 or less. I like to do like duos, and I like battle royales sometimes because you can do, a solo run, 2 people, teams of 3, trios. But 5 I think, is too many. So I have a bunch of critiques of this game, but I'm going to start with the graphics. Graphics in this game are excellent. They just look phenomenal. They're not perfect. I think some of the character details could be a little better, skin textures, that kind of thing. But I'll give graphics a 9. I think they're very well done. Environments look good, and I like they're varied. I like that in the game. Like Arena is a really small one, but you have like a zoo and a bunch of different areas that look really good. So I think graphics are phenomenal. A 9. The next category is performance, and overall it works really well. No crashes or anything like that. Even matchmaking is pretty good. Nothing really bad to say here, other than load times are atrocious in this game. Even with like the PS5's really fast M.2, it just takes a long time. I guess it's a multiplayer game. Everybody's got to load in. Even after games, it takes a minute, and it's really annoying and noticeable. So I'm going to dock it a few points and give performance an 8. But other than that, it works just fine. Gameplay/story, I always combine these 2 categories for this reason right here. So this doesn't have a story, really. This is just a first-person shooter. It has a bunch of different factions or like types of characters. So you have like 4 or 5 different factions, one of which is hidden or locked behind a paywall or 700,000 experience. So we'll get into it. I'm going to have the most to say about this category. So you may love this game. Cool, whatever. This was the Call of Duty killer, which I'm not really into Call of Duty anymore. I just don't like shooters where it's just you get experience the more you play, and you may like that kind of thing, but I missed skilled leveling like Halo 2 and 3, where you go up to 50, you can go down and level. Here is there's everybody gets a trophy. You always get experience points regardless of how you do. Most people don't even care about the objectives, which this game only has objectives. Like, it's only an objective-based shooter. That's a major critique I have of this game. So seriously, I think there's 5 game types. 3 out of the 5 are zone-based. Come on, man. There's like no creativity. Like 3 out of the 5, there's either like one big zone, multiple zones, that kind of thing, a variation of zone. Capture the zone. All these game types have been done before. There's nothing new here. One of them is escort. You've done that before in other games. That escort, this one's decent though. It's like a little robot. You can hide behind it, and it'll give you little perks for, of course, escorting it. I think it refills your ammo. So, that I tried out a few times. I put 10 hours into this game, which is, I think, a fair shot. I got to level 22. I didn't spend any money, period. And I refuse to on a game like this. I don't think this game will be around for long. But yeah, like I said, there's different factions with 2 abilities per character. Anywhere from like invisibility, throwing fire on the ground, sending drones out. As many people can be the same faction as you want. But I guess I'm just not into these like hero-based. I prefer shooters that everybody has the same, whether it be Halo, like Team Deathmatch, Halo 3, or it's like PUBG, where every gun, or Fortnite even, where every gun does the you have this. Everybody has the same access to the same guns. Here, somebody that's put 100 hours in is going to have a bigger advantage over somebody who just bought the game. Um, so I'm not into that. I don't like that at all. And that brings me to this game also doesn't have skill-based matchmaking, which I'm a fan of, actually. I think that's a really good idea to do it like this and then have matchmaking within the ranked modes. So I think that's a really good idea. It makes it fun for people that really get into this game. You know, it's fun to go crap all over some noobs. And if you're getting crapped on, you know, to me, I like that sometimes, you know, so you can learn from them, get better, practice. You don't always want to be the best person on the field or the worst. I think that's cool. But in a game like this, where everybody has access to, or the people that play more have better access, and if you pay more, you get better access. So it's like over $20 to get the one of the other factions that's locked. It's called DeadSec. I never use them because it's either that or get 700,000 experience. And after 10 hours, I was a little over halfway there. I think I had like 360 or some odd thousand experience. So I was over halfway there. But come on, man. Like, this is, if that's pay to win in a way, and I don't like that at all. These microtransactions are just getting out of hand. One skin, there's a legendary skin I looked in the store right before this review, cost over $20, maybe like $23. $23 to have your gun colored. Come on, man. Who does this? Who spends $20 on a skin that only you see, or if you're streaming, I guess your audience can see? Man, unless you're getting paid to play, this is nuts, man. All these transactions are just out of control. So there's nothing unique about this game. The time you die super quick and you kill super quick, but you're not going. I mean, I've gotten a run of 5 kills in a row before, and but most of the time you're going to get a kill, die, get a kill, die, get 2 kills, die instantly. It's just, you don't care about your team. A lot of people aren't playing the objective because all you're worried about is getting your gun skin up. This copies Call of Duty in every single way, whether it be changing the skin of the gun. It doesn't. A lot of people are like, this needs a battle royale or this needs team deathmatch. The things they're wanting to add is just what Call of Duty already does. So just play Call of Duty. This isn't like a bad game. I'm gonna crap all over it for a while, but it's basically a worse Call of Duty to me. And I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty, so if that'll give you I mean, it's not like you can have fun with this game. It's free. That's something to be said. Call of Duty's team deathmatch isn't free, so that's something to be said. A positive, but I'll get to that more in fun factor. But you're just running around doing objectives, leveling up your guns, getting attachments, making your guns more accurate so that the people that haven't spent as much time as you are going to get crapped all over. So that's pretty cool. But I'm not a big fan of all of the character selection. The weapons are okay. Same weapons as any other game. You got shotgun, sniper, SMG, submachine gun. You've got daily objectives. You can see your daily challenges, base challenges to, get the experience points to save yourself some money for buying crap. You got boosters and stuff you can use. This is, early on I was level 12. Some random footage. This is going to get old quick for a lot of people. When Call of Duty 37 or whatever Call of Duty Black Ops 6 comes out, I think this put this to bed. This is just another finals. This is just another random game that came out that'll in a year it'll barely have a player base. I think this doesn't have anything new or interesting. I wouldn't want to watch somebody stream. This zoo level is actually pretty cool. I do like the level creativity. But yeah, that's the gameplay loop. It's like every other shooter you've ever played. I just don't like hero-based shooters. Just not a fan. So far, I haven't found one I liked, although I haven't played many of them. I just don't like the idea of it. I like games that are fair. Everybody has access to the same guns. I don't like Call of Duty in Warzone where people that bought the game have access to more items in that thing that drops to get your loadout or whatever. Anyway, let's move on to replayability. This potentially has a lot of replayability. I saw one guy level 70s, whatever. So you can move up, and I guess it has unlimited replayability if people play it. So I gave it an 8 just because it does have a lot of replayability. It does have stuff to constantly go for. It has daily challenges, but I'm not giving it a 10 because I'm going to delete this right after this game, or this review, and probably never play this again. So if they add more modes, like I know Team Deathmatch is another thing that I want, and I've heard other people talk about. That's just like a staple in shooting games, and I don't understand why they don't have that. One thing they do have is Hot Shot, which is like grab the dog tag. Like that's another thing that copies Call of Duty. One of their 5 copied game modes is the closest thing to deathmatch you can get, and most people probably play that like deathmatch. But anyway, so replayability 8, which is a pretty high score. Fun factor, I put a 5. This is right down the middle. You can have fun with this game. There's something to be said. It's a free game. It has 5 different game modes, although 3 of them are very similar. If people play the objective and you had 4 other friends and you knew your whole team, winning might be pretty fun, you know. And maybe ranked, if you got really into this, that might be fun. But for me, it's just right down the middle. I did have a decent amount of fun, some fun with the game, but I could never play this game again and I'll be just fine. There's no campaign, there's nothing like that. This is just a shooting game. Like every other one, yay, that comes out. We need something new, man. We need something that changes, you know, just shakes it up a little bit. Some new game modes, something different, man. Because this is just Call of Duty, you know, the China version. Just the discounted, whatever, cheap knockoff you want to call it. So, just to recap, graphics get a 9, performance gets an 8, gameplay/story gets a 6, replayability gets an 8, fun factor gets a 5. That averages out to a 7.2, which is just okay. You know, it's nothing. It's not a poorly made game or anything like that. You know, if you might want to try it. You know, it is free, and you might get hooked on one of these game modes, and you know, just play one. I don't know. That's really all I got. Let's see. Oh yeah, I mentioned the ridiculous microtransactions. I spent 10 hours ish, got to level 22. Not impressed, but not completely turned off. But like I said, I'm deleting this and never playing it again. I don't know. That's all I got. It's over and out.